family, dignitaries, former soccer greats and public servants all stood shoulder to shoulder in tribute to the late Veli Mahlangu. The Special Provincial Official Funeral Service Category 2 of Mahlangu was held at the Solomon Mahlangu Stadium in KwaMhlanga. Mahlangu's towering figure wasn't just felt in boardrooms and on soccer pitches, but in communities where hope and ambition were kindled by his tireless work as a former SAFA Executive Committee member, as well as a leader behind Witbank Black Aces. SABC News reporter Mabhande Mthombeni was there.
He's a football giant, political, business otherwise, a man of God. So, but otherwise, we're just celebrating his life. You know, we've lost a brother. He's my mentor. In all, a brother, but God is great. So I'm very good.
Is Veli Mahlangu's brother, Mr. Lucky Mahlangu. I am now joined by the former Minister, Premier of Mpumalanga, Mr. Ndaweni Mahlangu. How can you elaborate and briefly tell us about how was your communicating between you and Mr. Veli Mahlangu on your tenure?
It was a very strong relationship because when we were opposing the Bantustan independence in this area, we started by looking at all sectors, religious leaders, all communities. The youth was our prime attention, and they were all organized and many supported us, and how we defeated the idea of Bantustan in Bogoto physically, and the members of Mbogoto and their supporters had to flee from the area of then called Kwandebele because things were tough, but they ruled us from outside, and eventually then were to go to court to have the decisions declared null and void because women are not allowed to vote and stand.
Thank you so much. We are now, as you can see, the funeral is still underway. We are now joined by the owner of Jomo Cosmos team, who was also the former Bafana coach, Mr. Jomo Sono. A very somber moment. How can you take, how was your relation between you and Mr. Veli Mahlangu?
Yeah, may his soul rest in peace. It's a shame that today, you know, people have to know this, that this guy who's lying here is a founder, member of the PSL. He is one of the people who founded PSL. But as you know, in football, in politics, you get forgotten quickly. They've forgotten what he's done. He was running with us when we formed the PSL. You know, he joined us when we were having a problems with the late Stix Morewa. You know, and he was a true comrade. You know, and I just hope one day the people who are in control of the PSL will remember that this guy was the founder of our league.
How important is the top officials of the soccer tournament to make sure that they groom local community players so that they can play in national football, players also to memorize their talent?
Yeah, but SAFA, I think that's a job of SAFA, you know, and I think they're doing it there at SAFA, you know. So far I think they're doing a good job, but you know, I'm very proud that, I mean, if you look around here, look at the people who've just come to say goodbye to him. It showed that he was a very, very good man and a very humble man. I've known him for a few years while we were involved in the formation of the PSL. I've known him during that time, and also when he was the head for Witbank Aces. You know, I know him that time, especially when I scored against my money at Special Stadium. He says he's never forgotten that moment. He'd always say to me, "You had me so bad," but I said, "It's football. I had to score. I had to score for Pirates." But may his soul rest in peace.
Those were various officials, top officials. They were sending the last farewell to this doyen. I'm now getting back to you, studio. Lalango Ktula Kwezani Mahlangu, Veli Mahlangu. Back to you in studio.